Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
Madi Wrenkowski is one half of Bougie Reality, and on May 14th, Mission Pro Wrestling Don't Stop Me Now. She has something for the Renegade Twins. Oh boy, Madi's our guest this week. And before we even get into any of that, I want to remind you folks, River City Wrestling Convention, it is coming up. Check out this special message here.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Booker T, six-time world champion. Yes, I will be appearing at the River City Wrestling Con Sunday, June 12th in Jacksonville, Florida, as well as Q&A going down, guys. So get your questions ready. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. And I'll see you there.
In.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
My brothers, my sisters, you know I love independent wrestling, especially independent women's wrestling. And certainly the stuff that Mission Pro Wrestling is doing today is just fantastic. And one of their rising stars, really someone that is not to be played with, not only in Mission Pro, but around the wrestling world, is Madi Wrenkowski. Okay, she's already a double champion. And at the next Mission Pro Wrestling event, May 14th, okay, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Title Match Network. I'm telling you right now, folks, you'll have an opportunity to see this young lady go up against the Renegade Twins with her tag team partner, Rache. And this is just going to be a knockdown, drag out. Mission Pro Wrestling, Don't Stop Me Now. I can't wait to see it. Will Madi Wrenkowski and Rache, will they become tag team champions? Will Madi Wrenkowski become a triple crown champion? I don't know, but let's find out what she thinks. Welcome to the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast. Madi Wrenkowski. What's going on there, Madi?
Not much. I like that intro. Madi 3 belts.
You know, Madi, a lot of people don't know how to take you because at first glance, you just look like a regular girl next door. You know, big smile, you got these big bright eyes. Everything seems cool and calm. But yet when you step into a wrestling ring and that bell rings, forget about it. You are so vicious. You are so dangerous. It's like, whoa, what is going on with this lady here? Where does that come from? Where does it come from, this switch that you flick where you go from being sweet and innocent to being the most vicious person in the whole building there?
I'm a very competitive person, and I don't like to lose. So why would I even make that be an option? I don't want to lose. I am the youngest of 4, so I basically have gotten my butt kicked all growing up. And so in order to stop that, obviously I had to kind of buck up a little bit. I had to show my older sister, like, who's boss.
Well, shout out to elder sister Wrenkowski. You know, I'm sorry that you have those bumps and bruises to prove that that Madi's not as sweet and innocent as she looks. And she definitely will show you, as she says, who's boss. Oh my goodness. Madi, you started a tag team over the past year or so here, and it's really starting to pick up steam. Okay, we are talking about Bougie Reality. So talk to me about your tag team partner, Rache. What's going on with you two here? How did you even link up?
I knew Rache just kind of around the Texas indie scene. So when I broke in, she was Rache Chanel. She was a part of actually another tag team, unfortunately. I think it was called Bald and Bougie. Um, and so once I saw her, I was like, okay, I like this girl. Like, I like the way she wrestles. I like the way she kicks people's faces off. And I was like, this is something I can get behind, because I feel like a lot of people underestimate her. Like, you see her with her comb and everything, but she's willing to use that wherever and whenever to get the win. And I admire that. I appreciate that. Again, she has been doing this a little bit longer than me. So I was more than happy to take a couple of tips from her. And I think we kind of just meshed very well with our personalities. She is very lighthearted, loves to shop. And I think we kind of just mesh in that sense. She brings the bougie and I bring the reality, you know. I kind of do the gritty work for us sometimes.
Well, shout out to elder sister Wrenkowski. And, you know, this is the thing with you, Maddie. You certainly have been pushing your weight around. You certainly have been roughing people up. And you've been doing that to my good friends, dare I say, my sisters there, the Renegade Twins. So, look, I'm just a podcaster. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not trying to act like I'm a tough guy like I do sometimes on the show and on Twitter. You have big muscles. I don't need problems from you. But I wonder if there's a way that we can make a deal where you stop giving the Renegade Twins a hard time, because I feel like you kind of take it too far, Madi Wrenkowski. Okay, why do you give the Renegade Twins such a hard time?
I mean, I feel like they ask for it. They kind of have these big mouths that they can't really, I guess, follow up with. I feel like they just talk. And so I can't. Because me as a person, I'm going to say what I mean, and then I'm going to back it up. I feel like they just speak. You know, I don't respect that.
Okay. Talk about shady boots. My goodness. Man, Madi Wrenkowski, you are just really sharp with some of that stuff that you're talking here. Man, okay. Now, you're a double champion, right? So you've been tearing it up all over the indie scene. Talk to me about your 2 belts there.
Yeah, so the first championship I've ever won, I am the PPW Women's Champion. As of last show, even though it wasn't for a title, I beat the men's champion for PPW. So I'm technically, I feel like I should be, even though they didn't give me the title shot, but I beat him. So I feel like I'm kind of also the men's champion as well. And I'm also the RCW, which is River City Wrestling's women's champion as well.
One thing about you, Madi Wrenkowski, is that you don't always play by the rules, okay? Let's just call it what it is here. So now that you're a double champion, are you going to cut that out, or is this just something where you feel that you're above the rules? I mean, where does this attitude come from where you literally would do anything to win?
I mean, from what I was taught, Rodney Mack always says that when you are the champion in a match, it's not your game to be on offense, your defense right now. Like, you're doing what you have to do to not lose that championship belt. So you're not going to go and attack them or anything like that. So I just give people what they deserve. I give them what they want. What they bring at me, I'm going to counter that. And that's by any means necessary.
Well, certainly shout out to the man, Rodney Mack. That's like family right there. He and his lovely wife, Jazz. I know that they're responsible for training you. And so you want to blame them for your rule-breaking ways, Maddie. Oh, my goodness. Okay. You know, you're really interesting, because one of the things that pops up in my head when I think of Madi Wrenkowski is you on commentary. I mean, you and Holiday did commentary one time for Mission Pro Wrestling, and it's funny because your eyes, like, you can't, no matter what your face is doing, your eyes tell on you all the time. And there are these moments when your eyes would just get really big, and it was just like, whoa, what's going on with this girl? Just so hilarious here. What was it like doing commentary with Holiday? And tell me more about those moments where your eyes were ready to jump out because of all the crazy shenanigans going on.
I definitely don't always control my mouth. So the fact that, like, sometimes I speak and then think about what I said a little bit after, it was a little nerve wracking, but then to have Holiday by my side, who will just also speak whatever she has on her mind. Um, she definitely threw me for a loop. That was probably one of the first times that I ever, like, in the close setting, got to interact with her. And then shortly after, a couple months later, I got to fight her. And I think at that point, it kind of really cemented that respect that I had for her. But commentary, I think, is I'll leave that to them, and Sam Laterna and whatnot.
Well, Madi Wrenkowski, despite your rule-breaking ways, I still feel like there's a quality about you that would lend itself to TV. And get this, because I tweeted this out about a week or so ago. I think Madi Wrenkowski should be part of the next generation of Sesame Street. Okay, and listen, I'm the Duke, so I got connections here. I can make a call to Bert and Ernie and get you in. But I think Sesame Street, with just, those big bright eyes and your smile, and as long as you're not trying to body slam anybody, I think it could work out there. I mean, what do you think? The kids would love you, right? Bert and Ernie, give the Duke a call. I want to connect you with Madi Wrenkowski.
See, I'm more of like a Cookie Monster or Oscar the Grouch type of person, more than Bert and Ernie.
Of course you are. Of course you picked Cookie Monster. I mean, of course you did. Just absolutely ridiculous here, but on brand. Oscar the Grouch, on brand. Madi Wrenkowski, she's the bad girl there. So once again, Saturday, May 14th, Mission Pro Wrestling, Don't Stop Me Now. Title Match Network there, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's going to happen, okay? When we talk about bougie reality, Madi Wrenkowski, Rache Chanel, what's going to happen when you take on the Mission Pro Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, the Renegade Twins? Is bougie reality finally going to win the big one? Or do the Renegade Twins just have your number and there's just no way you can stop that unstoppable force?
I mean, the last match we had against them, we technically won. They got themselves disqualified only because they knew at that point they were going to lose the belt. So they did whatever they could. However, this time there is no disqualification. So there's no more cheap tricks that they can use so that they can keep their belts, retain their belts, even on technicality. And the thing is, it is a no DQ match. And everyone always expects like hard hitting, like ground dirty style from the Renegades. Like that's expected. So we already have the upper hand here. We already know their cards. They do the same thing. Like they have no idea what to expect from us. So I feel like there's no other way. There's no option. It's not even like we are going to walk out as the champs. Speechless, literally speechless right now.
Well, Madi Wrenkowski, you certainly talk a good game. So folks are definitely going to have to tune in to find out, see what really goes down here. Why don't you let everybody know what's the best way that they can keep up with you and even get in touch with you, especially if, Sesame Street, including Oscar the Grouch, if he was to reach out to Madi Wrenkowski?
Yeah, so Instagram is the one I'm most active on, but I have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even TikTok, which I'm not even really sure how to use, all under Madi_Wrenkowski. That's WRENKOWSKI. And that's where I can be found. That's where I can be reached most of the time.
All right, before I let you go, I got two important questions. First and foremost, Wrenkowski. That's a really, really cool name. Where does that come from?
Poland.
Okay, so that's what I thought. So here in Boston, we have a fantastic Polish community, especially in the greater Boston area, Massachusetts, New England in general here. But on Boston City Hall, one of my favorite events of the year is the Polish Festival. Okay, we're talking music, dancing, but most importantly, food. So Madi Wrenkowski, at the Polish Festival, what type of food do I need to get the next go around here?
I like pierogies, but I like the potato ones for some reason. Not such a big fan of like the dessert ones, but for sure you got to get sausage with sauerkraut.
Okay, we have the sausage with sauerkraut, which is great. You know, sauerkraut is a great source of vitamin C, just so folks know. I bet you didn't know that, folks. I bet, Madi Wrenkowski knows, but I bet you didn't know. Now you do. So we got the sausage and sauerkraut. That works. But the pierogi, and here's the thing. Like Maddie said, the potato pierogi and not the frozen store-bought kind. Go to a Polish restaurant. Go to the Polish festival at your nearest major city. Get the real thing. And most importantly, not the dessert kind. You know, the kind where they have like the strawberry jam or some of that stuff in it. No. Get the potato pierogi. Enjoy yourself. Taste something that actually is delicious. You got that right. Listen, Madi Wrenkowski, I am terrified of you, so maybe that's why I'm being so nice to you. But in all seriousness, you are a fantastic wrestler. You are definitely making a name for yourself out there. Good luck, May the 14th, okay, at the next Mission Pro Wrestling event. I know that you're going to need it because the Mission Pro Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, the Renegade Twins, they are going to give you all that you can handle. But that's why it's called Don't Stop Me Now, Mission Pro Wrestling. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that tag team match, the Renegade Twins versus Bougie Reality. Again, shout out to Rache Chanel. Madi Wrenkowski, keep up the good work out there.
Yeah, I will. I'll try.
Good stuff there from Madi Wrenkowski. Once again, folks, Mission Pro Wrestling, Don't Stop Me Now, Saturday, May 14th. Okay, that is at the Southern Star Brewery, Conroe, Texas. But also, you know, Title Match Wrestling Network, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bell time. You got to check it out, man. I'm a big fan of Mission Pro Wrestling and all the great things that they do. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see how Bougie Reality fares against the Renegade Twins and also all the other great matches that are on this tremendously stacked card here. It's going to get real interesting, folks. I want to see what the Mission Pro Wrestling World Champion, Holiday, what's up her sleeve this go around. You know, you never know with her. You never know. She's taking on Delilah Doom. So that should be an interesting matchup for sure. Also, you have folks like Genocide taking on Kylan King and Natalia Markova. Oh, my goodness. That'll be something there. Ruthie J versus Mighty Mayra. And just so many more. It's going to be some action-packed, fantastic wrestling, women's wrestling. That's what you expect from Mission Pro Wrestling. So should be fun. Okay, folks, as always, be kind to yourselves and be kind to others. Take it away, Tony Schiavone.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Rasslin.